Mussar. After many years of searching for Jewish spiritual practice, I discovered Mussar. Once I found it, I knew I'd found the right path for my spiritual journey. And I would like to share a bit of that in hopes that you may want to join me along the way. First, do you find that you anger too fast, or you quickly lose patience, or you worry a lot about things you cannot control? Would you like to find balance in your life, or take your daily Jewish spiritual practice beyond prayer and rituals? Or do you wonder, why do I keep making the same mistakes? Why do I cause pain to myself and others? Or how can I bring my life closer to my spiritual potential? Are there answers from Jews of previous generations? In my search for answers, I read Climbing Jacob's Ladder by Alan Marinas, his story of seeking a spiritual connection in a Jewish context and finding it in the ancient practice of Mussar. He went on to interpret Mussar teachings and everyday holiness, making this ancient practice accessible to modern-day Jews. At the time, I was on a retreat overlooking a winery in the Napa Valley. It was here that I began to understand the true meaning of humility, as I was overtaken by gratitude for having found a spiritual practice that spoke to me. But what exactly is Mussar? In translation from Biblical Hebrew, it means corrections or instructions. In modern-day Hebrew, it is translated as ethics. And what is ethics but a way to live a life of honesty, decency, kindness, truth, and honor, in short, to be a mensch. Mussar practice is a means to attain these virtues in a way that shows us how to reach our highest spiritual potential. It is understood that these ethical virtues are essential for wholeness and holiness. These ethical virtues are known in Jewish practice as midot. Midot that often show up in a Mussar practice are things like patience, honesty, compassion, and trust. Working on these and many more traits can lead to more wholeness and even holiness in our lives. Mussar practice connects you and your traits to Jewish values through your daily life, to deal with everyday issues in a practical way. It is not necessary to go off on a retreat or meditate every day. Education is an important Jewish value, but engaging in a Mussar practice is intended to take you beyond intellect. Reb Lovian says that Mussar is meant to make your heart feel what the intellect understands. And to that end, the practice allows us to examine our midot to create what is considered a spiritual curriculum. At our core, we are each holy, but we must remove the obstacles that prevent us from being holy beings. Examining and working on balancing our midot help us to do just that. Once we have identified our spiritual curriculum and applied Mussar practice to it, what we have is a map of life and a body of practices that leads to inner balance and transformation. The practice itself consists of recitations, text study, keeping a diary, studying with partners and groups, noting that this does not require Hebrew literacy or previous Judaic text knowledge. All that is required is a desire to become the finest version of the person you already are. But is Mussar just another fad? Hardly. Mussar is in Torah, and by the 10th century, rabbis sought ways in which Jewish people could be more moral and ethical in their lives. 19th century Eastern European rabbis realized that Jewish ethics had much to offer people to improve themselves through their daily endeavors. Most of their disciples were lost during the Holocaust, but the embers of this rich practice were rekindled with the help of a handful of 20th century rabbis and scholars. Alan Marinas among them. It is because of Alan's efforts to interpret and arrange for translations of traditional texts and to create curriculum that the information in these texts is now more accessible to contemporary Jews. Alan founded the Mussar Institute, which provides many resources seen here, and there are a lot of other organizations that have begun to spread the word and provide programming, including a newly formed coalition in the San Francisco Bay Area. As you can see here, we are going to have a workshop here in the Sonoma County at Shomrei Torah on April 12th from 3 to 5. There's more information on a flyer in the back of the room. I hope to see many of you there. It is my desire and goal that this will only be the start of a series of courses, study groups, and Mussar partnerships right here in Sonoma County that will support all those who wish to find their spiritual connection in a Jewish context. I would like to leave you with these few words up on the screen from other people who have found Mussar to enhance their lives in spiritual practice in spiritual and practical ways. I hope you will join me and these others in making Mussar part of your life.